Hello guys, welcome back to Soul Shala and welcome to today's Healing Yin practice. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my body is feeling sore, it's feeling creaky, it's feeling tight and achy, and this is going to be that Yin practice you come to when kind of coming to your mat feels hard, but you've made it and all your body needs is some really deep healing, a lot of love, a lot of slowness. This is going to be really restorative and nourishing for those moments where healing is exactly what you need and nothing more. So when you are ready, come and meet me on your mat, and we're going to start with using either a bolster. I've got a blanket here. Now, if you have a blanket, rolling it up so it's like a bolster. If you've got a cushion or a actual bolster, feel free to reach for that too. Once we're here, we're going to place the blanket or bolster so it's horizontal on the mat. And I'm just going to place just underneath the shoulder blades, allowing the head to come back, allowing the heart space to open, and just keeping the knees bent here. Now, if this feels too deep for you, I want you to remove it and just come to laying on the back. You know what works for you, what really feels good in your body. Allowing those shoulders to begin to drop down towards the mat. And really softening into this supportive heart opener as we begin. As you arrive, taking a deep breath in, filling the body. Let it be the deepest breath you've taken today. And as you exhale, gently let it go through the lips. Taking these first few moments on your back just to tune into how the body's feeling today. Now, if it's anything like mine, it might be feeling sore. Maybe there's areas that are feeling heavy. Maybe there's areas that are injured or poorly and are in need of all of this healing that we're creating. And in these first few moments of the practice, I want you to breathe really deep and loving breaths into the body, allowing the breath to simply nourish the body with everything it needs. So the inhales filling up the belly, the exhales melting the body down. Well done. Each exhale taking you deeper. Now imagining with the breath, the inhales could move around the entire body, circulating this prana, this life force energy. Noticing any areas that breath, that prana finds feel tight or painful, heavy, not quite up to the space in your body. And allowing this prana, this breath to focus there. The inhales fill the body with this prana, sending it to the areas that need its love. The exhales releasing anything you no longer need. And then taking this moment before the practice begins to fully accept the body where it is now. Maybe it doesn't feel 100%. Maybe something doesn't feel quite normal or right, the way you'd like it to be. Can you meet it with compassion? Can you find full acceptance of the body that you're in? And know it's your greatest tool for moving forwards. Last breath here, letting it all go. And then when you feel ready, if the knees aren't already bent with the feet on the mat, placing them here, gently begin to push those shoulders into the mat, lift the hips up, and begin to move either your bolster, your blanket, your pillow underneath the hip bones. We're coming to a supported bridge pose, lowering the hips down onto your support. And then as you're here, you can begin to knock the knees together. Or if it would feel good, you can just begin to windscreen wipe the knees really slowly from side to side. This practice isn't really going to be tuning into what you normally know of yin. Whereas yin, we tend to stress the joints just slightly to open them. Today, there's none of that. We're really just going to create soft moments on the mat that help your body heal, that enable your body to have the space and the time to begin to repair itself. Well done, guys. You can continue windscreen wiping for as long as feels good. Or maybe those knees come together, yogi's choice. We've still got quite a few breaths here, so just taking your time. Beautiful. Within this practice, we're not really working with what we know as our edge, our challenge point. I want you at like 20% of your edge today. I want this to be as soft and as nourishing as possible. On your next inhale, reaching the arms up above the head gently. From here, start to extend the left toes out long. The right leg can stay bent. Breathing into that belly. Again, this is a really gentle opening. If it feels like too much, you may bend that knee slightly, allowing it to be less bent than the right knee. Now either you swap sides, or you can extend the right leg to meet the left. This is a little bit deeper. Allowing a deep breath in, filling up the body. Exhale, sighing it out, letting it go. Well done. Remember, if both legs extended is too much, you can bend that left knee and place the foot down. With each exhale, allowing the shoulders to melt down. Knowing that you can adjust and modify this practice based on any injury or discomfort you may have. It may mean that right now you're in just a Savasana, and that's also perfect. 5 more breaths here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bending those knees, the feet placed down, gently lifting the hips up and moving any support out from under you. I want you to place your support over towards the left side of your mat, and then allowing both knees just to drop over onto that support. The arms come out in a gentle T shape, the gaze comes over to the right. A supported supine twist here. Wiggling and adjusting for as long as you need until this begins to feel relatively good in the body. If there's any discomfort, please adjust as needed. If you need a pillow underneath that left hip for even more softness, please feel free. Even if you need to lay a blanket over the mat and come back, that's okay. And as you're here, taking gentle breaths, letting everything just melt into this twist. Twists within our yoga practice have such a beautiful way of shifting us into what's known as the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest, but it's also the space in which you heal. It's where the body can begin to regenerate and repair. It's also where it can begin to work through any sticky bits that shouldn't be there anymore. Whatever it is, maybe you're fighting off a cold, or an injury just really needs some love or movement. This is here for you. And then when you feel ready, knees come back to center, reach for that support. This time it comes over to the right side. The knees place onto your support. Arms come back into the T shape, gaze over to the left. And the eyes close. You might notice that one side feels a little different from the other. That is absolutely fine. Taking deep breaths in and out. And as you inhale, coming back to center, well done. As you're here, you can bring the hands behind the knees. Now you have the option, first of all, to rock from side to side. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit of love. If it would feel good to rock up and down the spine to make your way to seated, you can. If that feels like way too much, use your arms for support and make your way there however feels good for you today. And then as you arrive, you can begin to extend the legs out in front of you, allowing them to be soft. If there's any discomfort underneath the knees and the hamstrings are tight, I want you to place your bolster, blanket, pillow underneath the knees. This is lovely and restorative here. And then when you feel ready, just placing the hands onto the legs and folding forwards. Option here to give the ankles the lower legs, just a little massage with the hands. Self-massage can be so unbelievably healing here, so if that feels good and gentle, feel free to play with that now. Beautiful. Letting everything just soften. Well done. On your next inhale, slowly rising up, I want you to find a comfortable seat now. So for many of us, that might be just here with the legs supported by a prop. Maybe that's just your knees bent. If cross-legged feels good, feel free. I just want you to find a space that is truly comfortable here. I'm going to stay with my feet on the ground, my knees lifted. From here, I want you just to begin to bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Option to place the right fingertips down just to really lengthen this stretch here. Breathing into this space. Well done. Beautiful. Well done. And then when you're ready, gently circling the chin in, right ear to right shoulder. Maybe the left fingertips come down and the right arm comes back to where they were. Breathing into the side of the neck here. Beautiful. Quite often when the body isn't feeling in a state of ease, or when we're not feeling well, it can cause a little bit of stress, not just within the body because it's trying to heal, but it can cause a little bit of stress in the mind. Maybe we're worried about feeling better soon, about what we need to do to feel better, finding the solution. Maybe we're worried about all of the things we're missing whilst we're poorly or ill. And often this tension can be held in the shoulders. And this makes it even more challenging for the body to heal when we're holding unnecessary stress. So can you just gently imagine that stress shifting away from those shoulders? Well done. And then when you're ready, placing the hands on the knees wherever you are, and just taking some circles of the neck. Beautiful, guys. And swapping directions. Well done. Beautiful. Allowing some rolling of the shoulders back, really gently here. If there are any clicks or niggles, trust me too. That's okay. And roll them forwards. Well done. From here, we're making our way to all fours. Shoulders are coming over the wrists, hips are coming over the knees. Taking a moment to arrive. As you inhale, really slowly dropping the belly, lifting the chest, gazing up. I don't need 100% of this cow pose today, just what feels good. Exhale, round through the back, closing down the eyes. You've got 6 breaths here just to begin to move through these cat-cows, and I want you to go as slowly as you can. Noticing any spaces in the body that might feel a bit sticky, simply observing them without any judgment, accepting them, and then sending the breath towards them. Knowing that these gentle stretches are going to be so good for them today. Well done. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Last one. Making your way back to a neutral spine, reaching the hands a little bit further forwards and lowering yourself down onto the belly however you can. That might have felt a little bit strong today, that's okay. Bringing the elbows down onto the mat, allowing them to be underneath the shoulders. Gently pressing the belly button down, lifting the gaze up for this really soft heart opener. Now I want you to allow the feet to be quite nice and wide here to give lots of space for the lower back. Beautiful, guys, well done. Deep breaths in. Allowing those shoulders to soften as much as they can. Beautiful. Well done. Coming back to this healing breath that we began to cultivate at the beginning of the practice. Each inhale filling the belly that will press against the mat in this space. Exhale, let the body soften into a state of relaxation. With the inhale, sending the breath to any areas that need healing, that need nourishment. With the exhale, softening down. As you are here, you may want to take some circles of the neck, if that feels good. As I said, we're not really sticking to the traditional yin rules. We're allowing ourselves anything that feels healing, that feels nourishing on our mat today. Well done. And then when you feel ready, gently pressing into the hands, we're making our way onto the back of the body once again. We're going to need that bolster, blanket, cushion, potentially for this next one. For this next posture, if you are suffering from any low blood pressure or any blood clotting issues, we're going to skip this one and I'll show you a different option. It is technically considered a bit of an inversion, so we just want to be really nice and careful with your healing here today. So if you are wanting to go forwards with your really restorative inversion, watch me now. If you are not going forwards with it, I want you to take a reclined butterfly. So I want you to bring the legs into butterfly. You may wish to place your blanket underneath the head or in some other supportive position and come to that reclined position now on your back. Otherwise, if you want this gentle inversion, make your way onto the back. Soles of the feet are on the ground, lifting those hips up and placing that support, that prop, the blanket underneath your hip bones once again. From here, extending the legs up towards the sky. This is a modified legs up the wall pose. For those of you in reclined butterfly, and those of you here too, taking a deep breath in, fill up the body all together now. And as you exhale, let it all go. Wherever you are, maybe you begin to wiggle the toes just gently, if that feels good. If your legs are lifted, you may want to circle the ankles. Just making sure you swap directions when you feel ready. Closing down the eyes wherever you are. Know that if that reclined butterfly feels a little intense, you have the option to place blocks or pillows underneath the knees. Or another option to make it less intense is to push the feet further away from the body, so longer down the mat, so that the legs make an extended diamond shape. And now that we've settled in, beginning to find a gentle stillness. Allowing the palms to face upwards. Just letting everything melt. Well done. Beautiful. This moment of your practice, I just want to remind you that your body does truly have so much power towards your healing. So often, everything you need to heal is within you. And even if it isn't always all within you, there is so much power that you hold. Power to slow down and allow the body to do its work, to manage the moments where you feel stressed, to really create an energetic space in the body that can cultivate healing. It's got time, it's got space. It's given an ample opportunity to rest and recover. Sometimes I think we feel like we want to do something to help ourselves heal. What can I do? How can I act? What can I change? And whilst often this can be really, really helpful, it's only helpful when we combine it with how can I just be and allow my body to do what it knows how to do, which is heal? Can I give it time and space to focus on its healing? Well done. Now when you feel ready, wherever it is that you are, you either bring the knees together if you're in butterfly legs, or you bend the knees and slowly place the soles of the feet on the ground. Removing any props from underneath the hips. And then allowing the legs to extend into this final resting pose, your Savasana. We're going to be here for a little while, so you may want a blanket, an eye pillow, another layer if that's needed. And just allowing yourself to arrive fully. Well done. Once you arrive here, just taking a nice deep breath, gently filling the body, and And as you exhale, sighing it out through the mouth, letting it all go. The lips soften. The eyelids become heavy. Everything simply melts down. Allowing yourself here to imagine you could be laying on a cloud of softness, of ease, one that holds you up with this gentle warmth and support. Maybe it begins to wrap you up, allowing your body to become this safe, almost cocooned space. Allowing the breath to gently nourish you in this cocoon. Allowing the mind to soften as much as possible. If it doesn't want to soften here, maybe you just send that intention to any spaces that need all of your healing energy, and send the breaths there. Otherwise, you're floating away with this cocoon, this cloud. Before we finish this practice, I pulled an oracle card for you today to really help you with whatever it is you're healing in this moment. And the card that came through to really facilitate deeper healing for you was protection. And this card is all around protecting your energy. It's all around creating personal space in order to heal. And it's also a little bit around boundaries as well. So it's coming to remind you that you need time and you need space to heal. It's reminding you not to allow the busyness of everyday life to encroach on that healing if you can. It reminds you to take care of yourself in this process of healing. And know when it's time to step away from something so that you can recalibrate your energy, so that you can really allow yourself to heal fully and show up as your best once the healing is finished. Allowing your next breath to be a little bit deeper than the last. When you feel ready, you can begin to gently wiggle the fingers and toes. You can hug the knees in and roll over onto whichever side feels good. Eventually making your way up to a nice comfortable seat. once you're here, reaching the arms up above the head, the palms come to touch. Thumbs to forehead center for kindness in your thoughts. Thumbs to the lips for kindness in your words. Thumbs to the lips for kindness in your words. And thumbs to heart center for kindness in your heart. Bowing forwards, namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's Healing Yin practice. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it created some space for you to heal whatever it is you brought to your mat today. Otherwise, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in our next class here on Soul Shala. Bye guys.